Welcome back to my channel. Before I start, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will read the article by Amber Warwick from investing.com. Most Asian currencies moved little on Monday as caution kicked in ahead of key US inflation data due this week, while the euro extended its rally on expectation of more sharp interest rate hikes by the European Central Bank. The Japanese yen rose 0.1%, while the South Korean won added 0.2%, pressure on most Asian currencies as after the dollar fell further from a 20-year high hit last week. But a market holiday in China and Hong Kong kept regional trading volumes depressed. The dollar index sank 0.4% to 108.61, while dollar index future also fell in a similar range. The greenback was subject to profit taking as investors unwound some long bets after a month of strong gains. Strength in the euro, which jumped 0.5% on Monday, also weighed on the greenback as investors priced in more step interest rate hikes by the European Central Bank this year. The bank hiked rates by a record 75 basis points last week as it struggles to combat previously unseen levels of inflation. The main point of focus this week is U.S. consumer price inflation data due on Thursday, which is largely expected to dictate the path of the dollar in the near term. Markets are expecting inflation to retreat further from highs hit earlier this year, helped largely by easing fuel prices, but the reading is still expected to to be well above the Federal Reserve annual target of 2%. The central bank has indicated repeatedly that it will keep raising interest rates shortly until inflation shows clear sign of reaching its target. Markets are pricing in an over 90% chance of a 75 basis point hike by the Fed next week. Strength in the dollar and one narrowing gap between Asian and US lending rates saw most regional currencies drop sharply against the greenback this year. The Japanese yen was among the worst hit by this, dropping to level as seen during the Asian financial crisis in 1998. The Bank of Japan reluctant to raise interest rates is also a key factor in the yen's weakness. Weakness in the yen drew renewed calls from government officials to intervene in currency market, although no such measures have been outlined so far. Sentiment toward Asian market was also somewhat dented by a recent report that the U.S. intends to place more curbs on technology export to China. The move could draw retaliation from Beijing, sparking another trade war between the two countries. The Thai baht fell the most among Southeast Asian currencies, losing 0.3%. Most Asian currencies moved little on Monday as caution kicked in ahead of key of U.S. inflation data due this week, while the euro extended its rally on expectation of more sharp interest rate hikes by the European Central Bank. The Japanese yen rose 0.1%, while the South Korean won added 0.2% pressure on most Asian currencies after the dollar fell further from a 20-year high hit last week, but a market holiday in China and Hong Kong kept regional trading volume depressed. The dollar index sank 0.4% to 108.61, while dollar index future also fell in a similar range. The greenback was subject to profit taking as investors unwound some long bets after months of strong gains. Strength in the euro, which jumped 0.5% on Monday, also weighed on the greenback as investors priced in more step interest rate hikes by the European Central Bank this year. The bank hiked rates by a record 75 basis points last week as it struggles to combat previously unseen level inflation. Okay guys, that's all from me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.